It's Tuesday. It's video day. It's the remote control. It controls all. Or it just controls the TV that you can't see. And I just had it in my hand because I paused what I'm watching so that I can make my video and you don't hear it. But you do hear my squeaky chair. Squeak, 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 squeak. Anyway, what's going on? Um, I did not get any mail this week, but I did last Saturday. I was at the punk rock flea market put on by WHRO, which is our PBS affiliate in this 757 area. Not sure how far. Whew, I'm not sure how far WHRO goes, but I think it's just this general area. Maybe some of like into North Carolina, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far it goes. But um but yeah, that was fun. There was bands playing. They were all great. I got to sell a bunch of books and talk to a bunch of people. Got to buy some zines, got some stickers. Yeah, it was a good all in all good day. It really a lot of people interested in buying comics and talking to me about some comics and that's cool. I think I like going to these like small. Sometimes it's a crapshoot. I mean, it's always a crapshoot, but I think when you go to these some of these like small things that aren't necessarily comic book centric, when and people come that are interested in comics or maybe not even like as into comics as like they go every week to pick up their new stuff, but like even like a passing interest of like, I'll pick up a graphic novel here and there, or I've watched the Marvel movies. Hey, what's that? That kind of like passive comic book fan will see me at a flea market or like some kind of other thing that, like I said, it's not necessarily a comic book event, and they'll be like, "Comics! I want some comics. Give me some comics. I don't want, whatever, like, you know, doilies or whatever it is this person next to him is selling. I want this cool thing that he's got. I want these comic books." Um, and so yeah, so I think it works out a lot sometimes, where, you know, and I try like yesterday was or the other day was a punk rock flea market, so I tried to put Terminal Punks, which is a book I did for Mad Cave a couple years ago. I put that out front. Um, and then when that was selling, I put up like Killtopia, which is like a um techno punk kind of thing. Um, Stuff like that that I think like I try and understand or try and get into the head of like what's gonna make someone's head go, you know, like look over and see something and do that double take back over to go, oh wait, punks, what? Or man, I wish I do some comics for some bands, but I don't ever really get comps for those. That would be cool to have. Like someone walking by and they look over, it goes Czarface or Under Oath or trying to think of more bands I've done stuff for. Whatever, you know. Or if I got comps for my DC stuff, someone's walking by and they're like DC Comics, you know. It but I think also like Lost Fantasy's got really cool covers on the Lost Fantasy stuff. Like, a lot of them are like video game homages. Like for issue number 1, there was the Final Fantasy VII homage cover, and that gets a lot of people to stop and go, "What's that? Is this Final Fantasy related?" And I'll say, "Well, no, it's not. But if you dig Final Fantasy, you might dig this. It's got guys with big swords and magic spells, dragons. It's got I'm able to kind of get into the conversation that way. I don't know. I mean, a lot of times I do these things or do comic conventions and I just sit there and people walk past me. Because I'm not a great salesman. Uh, I'm just not. I mean, I just like the thing in me that makes, that great talk. I mean, I can't, I guess it's not even just talking because like once I get into a conversation with somebody, I can talk someone's ear off, and be what's the word? Like, well, polite, but like charismatic. I can be, friendly. I can, like, and funny and stuff like that. I can hold a conversation, but like the part where you start like, hey, would you like to buy some comics today? Like where you start the conversation like that, or kind of almost like begging someone to stop or like begging them to hear your pitch. Um, like if someone shows interest, I can launch it. I can, go into like, hey, you're interested in this. Let me tell you about it. But like just launching into my own conversation, not so great at that. Not so good at that one. But you know, I'm an artist, not a salesman, I guess. Um, I mean, we've all been to convention, or not. We've all been to convention. A lot of us have probably been to conventions where you see the guy that's like carnival barker at his table, and that guy will be like, "Well, that's how you got to make the sales." It's like, well, you make your sales your way, and I'll make my sales my way. Uh, but I can tell you one thing: a majority of the people here hate you. So, uh, um, I don't know, but at least I do. I guess I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's what happened this week. In stores tomorrow, Wednesday, Fireborn #4. Speaking of Lost Fantasy, Fireborn #4, Land of Never #3, and One Last Trick #4. So check all those out. They'll be in stores tomorrow. Other stuff it's out recently from me from Image. There's Lost Fantasy and Fireborn, which I just talked about. The new issue that's coming out tomorrow. Galactic from Distillery. 51, Land of Never, Grit, and The Last Session, all from Mad Cave. Mark Spears' Monsters. Mark Spears' Monsters, The Monster and the Wolf from Keenspot. Murder Hobo and One Last Trick, both from Midnight Factory. So check all those out. Um, I didn't realize I'd been missing out on, like I said, One Last Trick's on at #4, so you could pick up 1 through 3 in stores. I did those also, but I don't think I've mentioned them in a video yet because I was kind of slacking. I don't know why, but I, I saw Murder Hobo in like on League of Comic Geeks where I get my information about what's coming out each week, and that's when I also was like, oh, let me see if One Last Trick is on there too, and it was. So now I know when those are coming out. But now One Last Trick's pretty much at the end. I think #4 might be the end, might be the last issue. So I can't remember. I know I lettered the whole series though, so check that out. Who's here? Sorry, I can also see a camera that or I see a screen that links to a camera that points outside. Somebody just drove by. Um, they're driving by all slow and sneaky like. I wonder what's going on. But anyway, um, but yeah, that's what's in stores in this weekend recently. If you want to also check out Webtoon, there is Urban Animal and Nexus Point. Um, check those out. Um, over on Comics Kingdom, there's Phantom 2040. Check that out. If you dug Phantom from either the old comics or the cartoon in the 90s, this is based on the cartoon from the 90s. Uh, so check that out. Let's see, cons coming up. We got Norfolk Zine Fest. It's September 12th. It's at Chrysler Art Museum. Check that out if you're in Norfolk, Norfolk. If you're in Virginia, Hampton Roads, check that out. Hampton Comic Con, which is also a Virginia thing. It's in Hampton, Virginia. That's October 17th and 18th. NC Comic Con, that's November 14th and 15th. That's in Durham. North Carolina, and Ocean City Comic Con. That's December 12th and 13th in Ocean City, Maryland. So check all those out. And I will be at all of them tabling. Um, you should come out and see me, come out and see all the rest of the people. If you're in any of those areas or if you want to travel, plan accordingly, all that good stuff. And I will see you all next week because on Tuesdays we make videos.